Before I tell you this story, please take a moment to like and subscribe. In the heart of the vast African savanna, where golden grass sways with the wind and the horizon stretches endlessly, there once lived a young lion named Lumo. Lumo was not like the other lions. While the rest of the pride hunted, roared, and ruled their territory, Lumo stayed back. He was shy, hesitant, and often uncertain of his place in the world. When Lumo was just a cub, a thunderous storm had separated him from his pride. For days, he wandered alone, cold, scared, and hungry, until he was found and taken in by a group of kind-hearted sheep. The sheep, though puzzled at first by the small predator in their midst, raised him as one of their own. They treated him gently, taught him to graze, to fear the roar of predators, and to run from danger. Lumo, having no memory of his past, believed he was a sheep. He grew up quiet and timid. When jackals approached, he ran. When he saw his reflection in a stream, he looked away, confused by the sharp teeth and golden eyes staring back. He thought there was something wrong with him. "I'm not like the others," he would whisper. "I'm too loud. Too big. Too different." And so he shrank himself, tried to bleat instead of roar, and walked with his head low. One morning, as the sheep grazed near a watering hole, the ground trembled slightly. A powerful figure approached, a massive lion with a mane like fire and eyes like burning embers. The sheep scattered in terror. But Lumo froze. The lion, his name was Baraka, looked at Lumo with piercing curiosity. "Why do you run with sheep?" he asked, his voice deep and commanding. Lumo trembled. "Because I am one." Baraka tilted his head. "Is that what they told you? Or what you've decided?" Lumo hesitated. "It's all I know." Baraka didn't argue. Instead, he turned and began to walk away. But before he did, he said, "Come with me. Just once. I'll show you what you've forgotten." Lumo didn't know why, but something stirred inside him, a pull he couldn't explain. He followed. Baraka led Lumo to a high cliff that overlooked the entire savanna. Below, wildebeest thundered across plains, giraffes grazed on treetops, and elephants marched in slow, wise lines. "This," Baraka said, "is your kingdom." Lumo shook his head. "I'm not meant to lead anything. I don't even know how to be a lion." Baraka stepped closer. "You don't need to learn how to be a lion. You already are one. You've just forgotten." He took Lumo to a quiet pool, where the reflection was still. For the first time, Lumo looked, and really saw. He didn't see a sheep. He saw a lion. Strong. Sharp. Noble. Something inside him roared. Not from his throat, but from deep within his spirit, years of silence, doubt, and smallness breaking free in a single breath. And in that moment, Lumo roared. The savanna echoed with his voice. Birds scattered. Antelope paused. And the sheep, grazing in the distance, looked up, not in fear, but in awe. Lumo never forgot the sheep who had raised him. He returned to them, not to live among them again, but to thank them, to protect them, and to lead them when danger came. He eventually reunited with his pride and became one of the greatest leaders the savanna had ever seen, not because he was the strongest, but because he knew what it was to be lost, and to find oneself again. And from that day forward, whenever a young cub felt unsure or afraid, the elders would tell them the tale of Lumo, the lion who forgot he was a king, until he remembered. Moral of this story: you are not defined by where you started or what others told you to be. Like Lumo, many of us grow up believing we're smaller, weaker, or less capable than we truly are, because of fear, failure, or the voices around us. But deep inside, your greatness waits. You don't need permission to be powerful. You need courage to remember who you are. Sometimes, you're not broken, you're just buried under years of doubt. And when you finally roar, the world won't be the same again. Thank you for watching.